everybody, it's Christian from the future. I just want to make it very clear that the first minute and 30 seconds of the podcast, Kelly's camera is actually kind of blurry. So just ignore that. It'll be fixed within 2 minutes of the video. We realize it midway through recording. But yeah, just want to make that very clear. Now, enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, I'm Christian.
And I'm Kelly, and welcome to
Off
the Deep End.
Can you hand me the fur hat? Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to episode 3 of Off the Deep End.
We hope you enjoy our Halloween setup here at Off the Deep End.
We did like a
dollar store raid.
Dude, this is all dollar store. Even the
store.
lights. I mean, like, not a brick wall and shit, but like, it's pretty cool.
Christian, no, I don't want to go to the dollar store. He's like, no, it's gonna be okay.
Dude, the pumpkin.
Don't spend that much money. We don't need all this stuff.
I spent
$35 later.
The dollar store. But dude, like, it's great. Like,
No, we don't need the $1 felt pumpkin cutout. Yes, we do.
they look good. Like, they look good. I don't know what you're talking about. I think they look amazing. What?
We're not using Halloween glasses.
Oh, dude, we have Halloween cups that we bought. You didn't wash this one. It has like a purple lining of some sort of juice. I want
kind of look cool.
I want some sun squirt.
Oh,
that's mine. That's my ruby red. I brought that red. I brought that shit here.
Blood for you.
Yeah. Pour me it.
Yummy.
Cool. So Kelly, what's today's topic?
Today's topic, we're basically going to just be talking about people in your life that are important and how you shouldn't neglect them and what they do for you and how to recognize what type of people in your life are good for you and what type of people in your life are bad for you.
This is deep, actually. Wait a minute.
Yeah, just a little bit. Right now, we don't have any script. We don't have any points that we're talking about. So
we're just kind of going off the deep end on this one or straight into it.
Okay. Christian, this looks blurry.
Ah!
Don't tell me that doesn't look blurry. What? You literally moved and then it here, step back.
It's focusing on me. It's gonna make the background blurry.
Yeah, when you're that close, then it's focused. But when it's just on me, then it's not. All right, Davy Crockett, back to it.
You were saying about the topic. Oh no, I was like, oh shit, it's deep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you made a cheesy off the deep end joke.
That's great. That was a great joke. What do you mean?
Is real.
Where do you want to start with it?
Hey.
It's relationships, right? So it's like, want to start with friendships?
Sure. Go ahead.
What is a friend? A friend. Their presentation.
WikiHow with pictures.
So we recommend that you go to WikiHow instead of listening
How to make friends.
I think you should start this one off.
You want me to? All right.
Okay, everyone. Christian here again. So clearly, right now for the next probably 5 minutes of the footage, me and Kelly's voice are going to be echoed and delayed. Sorry for the amount of issues in this podcast. I think 5 minutes into the podcast, we realized the issue and we fixed it. But just for now, deal with it. We're trying a new type of format with 2 mics, a new camera setup. So it's all being worked with. So give us a little break. But with that in mind, enjoy the show again.
Thing that is important to do in the situation when we're talking about this is kind of think about right now what friends in your life are most important to you. And I don't mean which of your friends do you hang out with the most, which do you get along with the most. I mean, which ones are most important in your life are by kind of like think what do people like do for you? You know what I'm saying? And what do you do for them? What kind of connection do you have with them? Not like, oh, do you hang out every day? But the people who are actually like friends of substance, have like something to do in your life, help you through things, help you create things, make you a better person, things like that.
Dang. I think I tackled, which episode was it that I said something about how I like view a friendship used to be like different. Like, what's like the first one? I don't even know what our topics were.
Our topics were a little bit intertwined for the last two, so I'm not exactly sure which one you were talking about. But I do remember you saying that.
At one point in Feels into the podcast, I mentioned how like my view of friendships and like just like things like that and relationships also have like changed overall, mainly through Kelly, because like he opened my eyes to a lot of things, because like my circle of friends was very unhealthy.
It wasn't very a circle.
It was a rectangle.
It was more like a
octagon.
A clusterfuck.
A satanic star.
A pentagram.
So technically on the outside was a circle, but the inside was a pentagram. But like really though, like no, my view on like friends, I think so. I believe in freshman year, and every year prior, this applies to all the same. But I really just looked at the idea of friends to be like, if I talk to them in class, if I'm frequent with them, if I sit next to them at lunch.
Because you considered me a friend back in like freshman and sophomore, and we didn't have any classes. We didn't talk at all.
Yeah.
And did we? I already told the story about that one.
Yeah, you told
me. Double date. That, like out of the blue, you just like texted me. I was like, okay.
Yeah, no. I knew of Kelly, and I considered him my friend. But he didn't consider me a friend. But it's whatever.
Do you remember what you told me, like when you came to get me and stuff?
I said something along the lines like, "You're my one normal friend."
Yeah, it was basically like you're talking about. How are we using names?
Are they vital names? If it's like, him and her, then no.
No. It's not that.
Go for it.
Like Kiko Harbor, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Inside jokes.
Yeah, so basically, let's just call him DiCaprio. The one that works at Target. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so DiCaprio, and like that group of friends, like his sister, all those people, were basically your friend group. And I remember you listed his name off, and you were just like, these people are the people I'm around the most, and they're who I consider my friends, but they're not the type of person who I could bring to the football game to make me look good and like go like on an actual double date or even be my wingman. They aren't smart enough. Like they don't, not that they don't dress well enough, but it's like, come on, basic hygiene. Like just the normal things that you need somebody to have to be presentable in a social situation.
Yeah, and so because the situation was a double date sort of thing. I had a date and she had like a group of friends, and like I didn't want to go alone, just tagging along her group of friends. So I needed a guy to come with me, and I wasn't about to bring like one of my trashy grease friends. I'm like not to shit too hard on them, but they're greasy. But like
wait, I think that requires us to define what a greasy kid is.
You have the best definition of it.
All right, so. I'm sure other people use this term, but I kind of started this in my friend group using this term of greasy kids. It stemmed from, in our school, we have this hall with all like the orchestra and choir rooms, right? You know what you're
talking about already.
And Haley said she came up with this, but I know who came up with this. And so basically there was a ton of kids who were like super desperate in those classes and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like they had it in their first class of the day, or they just go in that hall and they would be in, these weird like relationships that would last for like a few weeks or whatever. And it was just like really disgusting. And they literally sit like on the dirty ground.
Yeah. No, they
sit in the hall and like make out like while sitting down and like literally like roll around and like cuddle.
Like in the hallway.
Like it is not even 7:10 yet. Like I don't like I haven't even had my morning coffee. Like, can I please, without seeing you, like
can I not
like all over the floor?
Can I not see couples in school just like rolling over and kissing each other in the hall?
Yeah.
You did not just interrupt our podcast. Beyond! Love you. Love you too.
Anyway.
Anyways.
So then the term mono hall kids started to come to fruition, and so we started calling them mono hall kids, and then over a while they kind of just stopped doing it because the kids either like stopped going to the classes or broke up, blah blah blah, whatever. So then we kind of made it a more general term, and greasy kids is like all the kids who lacked hygiene, like self hygiene, being able to like have a good friend group, just be presentable in person, like never wash their hair. That's the greasiness.
The kids
of it.
that were the
never
same
wash their hair,
everything.
would like have like these disgusting like makeout sessions in the halls, like all the weird stuff. And so it just became like more generalized term, kind of like slang.
That's our term of greasy kids. You're welcome. You've now been Urban Dictionary'd by the Off the Deep End group.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. So where was it? Okay, so basically it was one of those settings, back to the story, which I was going on a date in her friend group, and I didn't want to bring a trashy, greasy friend. And so the only friend I knew at the time was Kelly. And even though we didn't talk that much back then, my definition of friendship was like very loose. It was very like slick back.
Very loose.
Very loose.
Well, it's so funny. I think what Christian's trying to pull from this scenario is basically there's friends that you hang out with all the time, like I said, and then there was me, who's more presentable, the person that meant more in the situation. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
So like, where was I?
Let me finish my story.
No, so yeah, then I invited Kelly to the double date thing. That's why I consider him more my normal cleaner friends, because like he takes care of himself. He dresses himself. Like his mom doesn't pick out his clothes. What the fuck is that, dude? My mom picked out my shit till I was like 20.
She still picks out his
But yeah, no. So my definition of friends was just like whoever just like acknowledged me or like just really talked to me, and I could joke around with, sit next to at lunch.
Accepted you into their friend.
Yeah, except like I just kind of nudge myself into their little friend circle, or if they had a place statement up in the morning, like a library and stuff, I chill there also with them, and I just joke around. And I wouldn't even be like, "Hey, are we friends?" Like that's stupid. Like no one says that. Like it's it's not like I always thought it was implied. That's why it was considered I want a friend. So, and while some people could have been like actual friends, sometimes like a lot of people weren't. So I really just like considered everyone that. It was just really weird, man. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But now my idea of friends, people that you have to know for a good period of time, you can
do things for each other.
You can like just like vice versa for each other, and you guys need to get along a little bit. Obviously, it's all obvious, but most importantly, what I think is like a big thing, you gotta go through something that really connects you in like some real way. Because if you don't have that, then it's just kind of like
I mean, it's not like you have to go through a hardship together.
No,
but like
I don't care if you go fucking like
even if you're like in class, like having like assignments that you like help each other out with and stuff. It needs to. The friendship needs to have some substance, as like I'll help you out, like you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Yeah, that's what I consider it. I mean, like if you just talk to people and you're very social, outgoing, and you're like, oh, I have so many friends. Like that's not what it is. You just know a lot of people, and I thought I was very outgoing, which like, I am, but like at the same time, it's more or less the case that you just have to. I lost my point.
You have to differentiate between the people who are your acquaintances and friends. So as friendship goes, there's a lot of different levels and types of friends. What I always like to describe in, when people ask me, what do you think a friend is? And like it sounds like, the cliche question, and nobody ever asks that, but I actually have had this conversation with multiple friends. Shout out to Solomon. I've had, multiple conversations with him and stuff about this, and a little bit with Matt. But when you really get to start talking about it and stuff, I always say you have a friend group for a reason. There's, most likely 9 times out of 10, there's never going to be that one person that you go to for everything, right? Like, yes, there's a best friend, but there's the funny guy in the group. There's the serious guy in the group. There's the leader of the group. There's a lot of different types of people in the group who do different things. So let's say I'm going through girl problems or want girl advice. Am I going to go to the funny guy for that? Probably not. Well, maybe if I want some, funny jokes for going on a date or something like that. Am I going to go to the serious guy? Probably. Am I going to go to the leader? Probably not. He's too pretentious. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different like types of people who you'll go to talk to things and about things like that. Why are you?
I just realized a big oopsie for our recording.
What?
So when I talk into this microphone, your microphone also hears me. When you talk in your microphone, my microphone also hears that. And therefore a little bit of echo. The whole time I heard like I was just listening. I was like, I wonder what it sounds like. And I was like, hear 2 Kellys. I'm like, no, I'm hearing him from outside the headphones. I'm like, wait, no. Huh.
So what you're saying is we need to restart.
Fuck. Yep. Dance you into sunlight. We're back.
All right. So After hiatus, I'd like to bring up a different little topic that I was talking about with Solomon, and I'm pretty sure I've had this conversation with you a few times as well. So I like to kind of think of people in a friend group with a few different, don't want to say labels per se, but there's kind of three categories that I group people into. One of them is being a giver. Some people are kind of more neutral characters in your friend group or people around you, and the last group I like to refer as takers. So basically there are givers, and this might describe some of you guys out there or people you know, who givers are the type of person who's going to go out of their way to help you.
Yeah.
They're going to be the one who's always by your side and offer help and advice even when you don't need it, and they want to be there for you when you need things. They want to help out. They want to be that person.
What the fuck group am I in? I'm a taker.
That depends.
I'm a neutral taker.
You have different days.
The coat?
I never got that. Anyway, so
I'm
then
a
there's
giver.
also the neutral group, which is the people who kind of float from, being sometimes a giver, sometimes a taker, but then they're also more of just like.
Just make a subcategory just for me.
No, I have had this for a while, and they don't really do a lot, but they will like come, hang out, be around you, and they like to say they're friends and stuff, and they're good. Some neutral people are good, but they aren't going to be going out of their way to like help you with things. And then the last group is the takers. Sometimes they take candles off the set. And takers are the people who just let you help them with everything. And a lot of times you'll find givers and takers being really, really close friends, because the taker is the person who, likes to be helped out and they have a lot of problems and things. And givers like to help them because that's what makes them feel good. That's the type of person they are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm not saying that's our relationship. I'm just saying that it's a common.
Why did you just wink at me?
The camera's on me. They can see I have not winked.
Why? Wow, the camera's only on me right now. So cut back. Yeah, look, he just
like cuts that in.
I'll replace the video as that.
So Christian, would you like to continue with what you were talking to me about off camera about how you want Trump to put up the wall and ban all Mexicans from coming to the United States? So do you want to continue with your point that you said off camera?
What's your view on the Me Too movement?
So you're not going to say it after we get on camera, huh?
You're not going to talk about it? You can't say shit. I didn't know you were going for that. I was going to go for it too.
Zach Galifianakis?
Yeah.
No, so anyway, the takers are the people who just like love to be, they're the person who gets the most help in the friend group, basically. And sometimes they're hard to see. They don't like to admit it most of the time, but there are definitely people like that out there. So if you can kind of get to know people like that, then you get to see farther ahead of who's going to be a taker and who's going to be a giver before you're even friends with somebody. So it kind of helps to be able to recognize who people are going to turn out to be in the long run. If you can practice that and make it a skill, then it's going to help you go far in life, because you don't want to be surrounded by a lot of takers.
What group am I in?
You have different. I don't know. You have different days.
You don't know. Come on, different days. I'm this same person though. What's me?
You're neutral.
What?
You don't have the resources to help out people besides from when you have money. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you have too much stuff in you. It's not that you wouldn't give to me. If I ask you for help, you'd give me help. I know you would. But are you in a position in life where, you can go out of your way to help people? You just had to get your high school shit all together. You still have community service. You have to go to therapy. Your dad just got out. Neutral. You were living by yourself.
Kelly's a bitch,
and you're not in
negative.
college.
Kelly's a lazy motherfucker.
You're just proving my point.
Do you know what we need to talk about? He's a little
He was a taker, though.
Well, we're looking the same.
I mean,
here we just like one video. What's another?
Okay, let's give it a different name. So right before we're coming back from Christian saying something.
Are we leaving the whole bit in?
Somebody's name? No, we're not leaving it in. We just cut it out. That's what I'm saying right now. So let's call him something else.
Call who something else? Because we're gonna leave the Ashton Kutcher.
No, let's just call him X because it's like variable. That's what you'd use for a variable.
Okay.
All right. So back from what we were talking about, we just had a little discussion of basically what we wanted to talk about, but we don't want to mention names, so we're cutting that part out. So basically, for this story, we will be talking about him, and his name will be X, as in like the variable, or EX, because X friend, whatever you want to call it. Christian, stop picking your nose.
Well, I'm asking. I'm sure they want to know. I just.
So basically, Christian had. I'll give you the short version. Christian had a girlfriend that was a greasy kid, and said greasy kid didn't like the fact that Christian had outside circumstances where his family was going through some hard stuff, and so Christian couldn't give her the attention she wanted. So then she started talking to X, my ex-best friend now, and so they, hit it off, and he didn't have anybody, and she felt like she didn't have anybody, so then they started talking behind his friend group's back and my back. Didn't tell anybody. Started saying I love you and stuff, and going on dates, holding hands in the park and stuff while they were still together. And then she wanted to basically keep X and Christian, and that was a no-no. And so X kept lying to me, so I got mad, and then Christian got mad because he was lied to. So then we kind of became better friends and closer because of that. So when X was my best friend, of 8 to 10 years, something like that.
Really? You and me been best friends since like Scotch, man.
Anyway, so I would do a lot of stuff for X, and he had some family problems and some girl problems, so I was always the giver who was there to help him out with that kind of stuff. And I don't want to sound pretentious when I say this, but I just had mentioned, the thing where givers and takers are really good friends and can go well together.
So now you're a giver.
In that circumstance, yes, I was, because I helped him out.
In my story, I was the best giver.
What, best giver of head? What are you talking about? Anyway, so I would, talk to him about a lot of his stuff, and when I had something to talk about, I didn't get the same response that I would give to him when he needed help. You know what I'm saying? So, that I could deal with. It's not that big of a thing. It's just his personality. Some people are not as good at talking through feelings and emotions, and helping somebody else and giving solid advice. You know what I'm saying? And I don't blame that for him. He would still listen to me, and he tried his best. But I was the guy who would go over to his house when he needed help. Like, dude, help me clean my room. Like, I need to get this. Like, the dog is pissed all over. My mom's gonna be home soon. Like, help me clean this dog piss off my floor. And I was just like, yeah, sure. Like, whatever, man. Like, that literally happened before. Like, I was scrubbing dog piss off his floor, and and I'm not saying he never thanked me for it, because we've had a few meetups or whatever. Stop, don't. Bro, this guy sounds like an asshole.
No, I'm gonna say this guy. I'll just say the guy's name. This guy sounds just like.
So, no, I mean it was a good friendship, and we would laugh and stuff. But he was not the person in the friend group that. Stop drinking a candle. That I needed in my life at that point. I feel like, and I would love to talk to him about him stuff, but unfortunately,
then do it.
He feels like there's other circumstances, Christian, that are in the way of us being friends.
Cock block.
So that's why it's important to try and find people's motives, because at the time, I wasn't the person thinking, oh, X is such a taker, I should be careful and watch my back. I was just thinking, he's my best friend of 8 to 10 years. He'd never lie to me again after we already caught him once. And then it happened, 3 other times. And then I got stabbed in the back, basically, and stuff like that, or at least that's how I feel. And I'm sure he feels like that. So if he is watching this, which I don't expect him to, I still would love to be friends and stuff. When that day comes, that's going to be great, when we can all just put the stuff behind us that happened and get over it. But for now, if he needs some time or whatever to get over himself and keep being a taker, then go for it, and I'll be waiting here for you. But
it's sounds like leaving a voicemail for the guy.
Well, if he watches it, then yes. But I'm just saying to everybody else, it's important, because somebody really, really close to you can hurt you like that. So that's why I'm saying it's important to find the friends that actually are true and close and will do anything for you and stay by your side, so you don't lose those people by neglecting them and thinking, oh, they're not.
If you guys like what you saw, and come back next week for more.
we had to cut off the episode because it's too long, but we'll put part 2 up next week. And on Halloween, you get a Halloween special.
Because nobody wants to watch an hour of two assholes droning about random shit. So
yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed the new.
Soon.
Yeah, you guys hope you enjoyed the new format because it was a lot of work and I spent 3 hours editing.
And
it.
tell us how you like it in the comments.
Yes, please comment. Okay, we love you. Bye bye.
See you next time.
Oh, we're leaving.
Okay.